It's time to talk Dallas Cowboys football, and you know how we do that. We do that with Mickey Spagnola. And Mickey, Cowboys coming up, got the Broncos this week. And as far as that goes, one Von Miller that they don't have to worry about this week. Isn't that right?
Yeah, it was kind of a funny thing early in the week when someone asked Mike McCarthy during his, I believe it was the Monday press conference, what did he think of the trade that the Broncos made with Von Miller? And he goes, I was all for it.
Of course he would be. And speaking of defense and you guys, you expect to get some guys back, some of your injured players back this week?
You know, they'll get Sean McEwen back, their third-string tight end, and basically right on time since Blake Jarwin has missed practice with a hip injury that he suffered in the game. So McEwen can come in and be one of the top three tight ends in the game. They still haven't decided on Michael Gallup. You know, he can practice for another week after this, and then they have to make a decision. I got a feeling maybe Francis Bernard, the linebacker that's been on injured reserve, since they put Bradley and I on the practice squad, they could use another special teams player, so we'll see that. But as far as if you're thinking about DeMarcus Lawrence and
that's what I was thinking about, yeah.
Yeah, not yet. You know, Lawrence is getting close. I see his rehab really ramping up, but I'm thinking probably be maybe the Sunday before Thanksgiving, and if not, maybe the Thursday after Thanksgiving.
So I guess no worries, no issues with Dak. I guess he probably looked well enough to play last week, but they just wanted to be extra safe. And so I fully expect him to be a go this Sunday. Am I correct?
Yes, absolutely. He went through a full practice on Thursday. So when someone asked him, said in his interview here a couple hours ago, it's safe to say you're good to go, and he said it's safe to say. And then he went on to say, hey, I gave him their 2 weeks. It's time to go play.
And Cooper Rush did a good job in his absence, but some of the fans, I mean, pump the brakes just a little bit. Some of the fans were making Cooper Rush out to be like a franchise quarterback, like the All-American, the new sensation in the league. Did you guys feel some of that around there?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And, you know, hey, the guy stepped up and did his job, and that's a good thing, not only for the Cowboys, but for him, too, in his career. You know, I would imagine, though, those people that felt that way after the game at halftime were thinking, they only scored 3 points with the backup quarterback. We might need to go get more of a veteran-type guy, right?
Right.
And then he shut him up real quick with that first possession in the second half when he hit the big touchdown pass to Cedric Wilson. So, yeah, his performance will go down in Cowboys' backup quarterback lore.
And, you know, he had the big touchdown, of course, to Amari Cooper. Cooper is going to be good to go for this week, or is the hamstring still bothering him?
He's been limited both days, Wednesday and Thursday, but, you know, I saw him doing some of the individual drills and the part of practice we get to watch, and I think that he should be good to go. He was good enough to finish the game and catch that winning touchdown pass. I would imagine he'll be out there against Denver.
Well, the Broncos, they've been up and down this year. And as far as slowing them down and things like that, what do you think the Cowboys need to be effective as? Of course, the defense needs to bring the pressure, but how do they win this game?
Yeah, I think that as long as the offense continues to roll the way it has, they should be able to score enough points, I think, to win the game. You know, they got to be careful with Teddy Bridgewater. You know, he can play inside and outside the pocket and kind of give you guys problems, but they've struggled some on offense trying to score enough points. And, you know, the things it looks like so far is they've beaten the teams that had losing records, and they've lost to the teams basically that had winning records. So this will be a good test for them against a good Cowboys team. You know, we keep talking about the Cowboys going up against this opponent and that opponent, and this is going to be a test for the offense. This is going to be a test for the defense. Well, I think in this game, it's the test for Denver to see just where they are playing the Cowboys.
You know, I want to see how the Denver defense is going to respond. We were talking earlier with Von Miller not being there, because he's been such a like the captain of that defense. I mean, the whole thing kind of revolved around him, and I want to see what that's going to look like.
Yeah, and they won't have him, and they also had Bradley Chubb, their other defensive end, on injured reserve. So the Cowboys get a little bit of a break there. And a lot of it will have to do with their defensive front. Can the Cowboys deal with him? And if they do, that should give Dak enough time to operate, and Zeke and Tony Pollard too.
You know, I see a blowout coming. I really think the way seriously the way the Cowboys run with Dak out there, and the way the defense has just been playing better and better each week. I think Denver's set up for a pretty harsh game. How are you seeing this one?
Well, from the Cowboys' defensive standpoint, that was their best performance of the season against the Minnesota Vikings. Held them to less than 20 points, 16. Held them to, I think it was like 284 total yards. That's the fewest they've held anybody in quite some time. So is that an aberration, or is this defense improving? And can the Cowboys expect that from the defense week in and week out? So I think that could be the deciding factor here. The Cowboys will score enough points for sure. The defense has to continue to play as well as they did against Minnesota.
All right, man. You know, I ask you every week, give me a score.
You know what? Once again, I hadn't thought about it enough, but, I think the Cowboys still can put up 30 points, so maybe something like 34-20. How about that?
34-20.
Is that a blowout?
That's a good blowout. I'm gonna even go further than that. I'm gonna say maybe like 34-7. How about that?
Okay.
All right.
Well, if I was a betting man, I'd bet with your money then.
All right, man. To guarantee you won't take a hit. All right. He's Mickey Spagnola. Mickey, thanks so much for coming on, man. Appreciate you. He's Mickey Spagnola. I'm Van Tate, and we'll see you next time.